Say again?
Is Loki really dead?
No, I heard that bit. Oh, he went to the back of the ship, I see. Listen. I've heard some amazing theories about this. I was in a park in London a couple of weeks ago, and some guys come and say hi, and they asked me the same question, and they said, hey, listen, I don't know, we need an answer to this question. All the other times Loki's died, there've been a few, he stabs with his right hand, and now he's stabbing with his left hand. I was like, that's incredible attention to detail.
Were you aware of that detail?
What's that?
Were you aware of that detail?
No.
Oh. Unintentional.
Oh dear. There's a lady Loki. There's a kid Loki. There's he's pansexual in some extraordinary way. Yep.
So, will you be doing any of the other Lokis?
No. I don't. What are you asking exactly?
Are you going to do a Loki that's not archetypal male?
I think if anyone wants to tell that story, I'm not the guy.
Okay.
I think that needs to be a woman or someone who identifies as a woman.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the same place as you are, which is having seen Infinity War, and these 6 Infinity Stones, and actually the Mind Stone is the thing that connects these two, and also a sense of, I think, sacrifice, because I think the thing you have to do at the end of Infinity War is a kind of sacrifice.
Yeah, I would agree.
And arguably Loki makes a similar one. Yeah. Here's what I wanted to know.
Yes.
The nightmare that Tony Stark has in
boy,
Ultron.
that's gone back, yeah.
Yeah. So you go around and you give everyone a nightmare.
I'm trying to remember what his nightmare is. It's
the decimation
That's
of the
what I thought,
Avengers.
yes.
Yeah. So I wondered, is that connected to what happens in Infinity War? Is that did Tony see it coming in his mind, and you connected him to that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's what could have happened if Ultron took over.
I see.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it's up to interpretation, because it wasn't something that I remember someone was saying that we're going to go full circle to Infinity War.
Yeah.
There wasn't an Infinity War at that time. But I think I always thought of it as it being what would happen if Ultron won.
Yeah.
But I think it's more interesting the way you're thinking about it.
Well, maybe Tony's got the long view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good talk.
Cool,
High five.
great.
I think it's also, isn't it, understanding the process behind making these films. And as I think everybody at Marvel, I think they take huge confidence with every new leap. Kevin Feige has told me that the fact that people enjoyed the first Thor film gave him the confidence to dream Guardians of the Galaxy into existence. He thought, okay, people accept that superheroes are going to leave Earth and go into space. And then when Guardians worked, it was like he knew he could start cooking Infinity War. I think so. As Marvel have grown in their extraordinary and unprecedented creative confidence, I think I felt more confident in their processes.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. We got new Loki and Scarlet Witch Avengers 4 stuff to break down. Just like Chris Evans did that Comic-Con panel last weekend, they did one too, talking about all kinds of stuff. We also got some details about when Marvel is actually planning on dropping that Avengers 4 trailer, so I'll talk about that after I talk about Loki stuff. That Spider-Man PS4 game giveaway is still going on. There's actually new DLC dropping for that soon. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a Marvel-related comment on the video. They talked about a whole bunch of really cool stuff. I tried to cut this video down to the most important parts about stuff that's coming up in the future, because both of them, in addition to what's happening with Avengers 4, Marvel Phase 4, both of them have TV series based on their characters coming to that Disney streaming service. The biggest thing being Tom Hiddleston directly addressing what happened to Loki on that ship. And he went on for a great deal of time talking about Loki's sacrifice and how he was redeemed in that moment. So when he starts talking about all the other versions of Loki and going on about the character's history and how complicated it gets and how Marvel can explore that story in the future, I think that's him implying that Loki really did die in that moment, permadeath. His sacrifice wouldn't mean as much if they took it right back during Avengers 4. The Loki that we've been talking about during Avengers 4 is just an earlier version of the character from the actual Battle of New York. So he's a little bit younger, he's dressed in the costume for that period, but that doesn't mean that they don't also reference the version of Loki that died and his spirit lives on in the afterlife, depending on whether or not you think that he is able to enter Valhalla. But because of the way Marvel plays it a little bit fast and loose with Norse mythology, I think that Odin is powerful enough to help Loki enter Valhalla. So just because he might be dead doesn't mean that he's not still able to play tricks from beyond the grave, because if Odin can speak with Thor from Valhalla, then Loki could probably do it too. The other really funny encounter that he describes, people coming up to him in the park asking him about little plot details, is this a clue that Loki might still be alive? The deal with the right-handed dagger versus using his left hand in Infinity War. Tom Hiddleston was really surprised by that, had no idea that Loki typically favored his left hand when using his dagger in all of his previous appearances, but during Infinity War, he mysteriously uses his right hand. So I think that's just a minor continuity error and not something that they were thinking about on the day, like, oh, wow, I didn't know what was going on with that. Just another reason why I think that they truly intended for him to die in that moment, regardless of what Marvel does with the character in the future. He also kind of confirms that Marvel might be thinking about doing future other versions of Loki in other media. Not necessarily in the movies, but somewhere out there you might see a kid version of Loki or the female version of Loki, and he confirms that it would have to be different actors playing that character. But just to be clear, the Loki TV series that they're doing on that Disney streaming service will be Tom Hiddleston, and he'll be playing his version of the character, presumably from a different part of the timeline. They haven't told us too much about what's going on with that, other than it'll probably be like 8 to 10 to maybe 13 episodes tops. They haven't told us too much about the actual plot or structure of that, other than it'll probably be mini-series size, like 8 to 10 episodes tops. Usually people like Tom Hiddleston, mainly film actors, don't do really, really long TV runs. That's probably how they're able to do these big movie characters on TV, is by telling them, we'll only make you do like 8 to 10 episodes, so just be prepared for them to not do 5 seasons of Loki. It might just be 1 season of Loki, then they move on to Scarlet Witch's season, then they do another season with another movie character during a different part of the timeline. We'll follow up on that when we learn a little bit more about it. For those of you asking about the new Avengers 4 trailer rumor, now the rumor is that it's going to be dropping sometime during November, maybe early December on Good Morning America, which jives what they did with the Infinity War trailer. They dropped, the first big footage towards the end of November. So right now, people are saying November 21st, the 28th, or December 12th, which seems weird that they would jump all the way to December 12th. I think it's more likely that it would be the week of November 21st. If we get any more information about that, I'll totally do a video about it. But there's also been another trailer that's supposedly posted to Reddit that seems much more legit. So if you want me to do a video about that, just let me know in the comments, because there's going to be a whole bunch of Avengers 4 stuff happening regardless towards the end of the year. There's some new Spider-Man Far From Home footage to break down and a new look at Mysterio's tech costume, so I'll probably do those videos in the next couple of days. I'll name the giveaway winner when I post new Marvel. There'll be new Flash episode posting later tonight too. Click here for my breakdown of that Avengers 4 trailer, and click here to watch Chris Evans talk all about Avengers 4. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.